Hey guys, hope y'all are having a great Wednesday morning. Wanted to say thank you guys so much for your prayers and your concerns from yesterday's video. You guys really do mean a lot to me. I appreciate all of my brothers and sisters who have said such kind words. I really appreciate you guys. I am so thankful to have you guys a part of my life. So I wanted to come on here and bring something to y'all's attention. My sister in Christ had shown this to me a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to bring it to your attention because I had actually came across it again because I had actually forgot about this. But there is I believe it was a tattoo artist who created the world's largest Ouija board. And it is in Salem, Massachusetts. Try to say that if you don't, say that state every day. I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to show it to you guys because this is just wild. So it says, the article starts out and basically says that, in Salem, Massachusetts, this world's largest Ouija board has come during the perfect time for Halloween, right? If a young Rick or Mortis ever asked a Ouija board if he'd end up making the world's largest Ouija board, the answer should have been yes. And I guess he calls it a Ouija-zilla. It weighs 9,000 pounds and covers 3,100 square feet. As big. So whoever wrote this article really needs to learn how to write. Basically, they're saying that you can fit 5 18-wheelers on it. And it says the board took 99 pieces of plywood, 20 quarts of black paint, several gallons of deck stain, and 1 whole year to complete. It contains all the classic elements of a traditional Ouija board, including the full alphabet, numbers 0 through 9, and the words yes, no, and goodbye. Instead of using their fingers to move the game piece, the piece across the board, a few people have to stand inside the 400-pound piece, and it's got a cutout in the middle, and they have to shuffle their way across the board. So the guy, he's a tattoo artist. And he originally, originally built the giant Ouija board in New Jersey and then transported it to Salem, Massachusetts, where it would reassemble and be unveiled to the public on October 12th. The town is notorious for its witch hunts in the late 17th century, and let's see. It's actually where Ouija boards were manufactured for years after Salem-based toy company Parker Brothers bought the rights to the game in 1966. It's also the town that inspired, his original interest in Ouija boards in 1992. And according to some source, the board is nearly 2.5 times larger than the current Guinness World Book record holder and Ripley's Believe It or Not. And it also says it's also fully operational, which hopefully means that you can use it to commune with extra large dead people. So let me show you guys this real quick so you can take a look at it. So here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people standing around this board piece, and this thing is ginormous. Here's just another picture of them standing in the middle. Look how massive this thing is. And then here's just another picture showing it from a little further away so you can see how large it is. And then just another photo of them standing in between so you can see how big just the whole game is. I know it sounds so silly when, you know, I talk about this and Halloween to some people, but I think most of us Christians can agree that, you know, the Ouija board it's not just a game, okay? Long time ago, I remember seeing it in Walmart. I believe they sold it in Toys R Us, but as the years went by, it was harder and harder to find. The Ouija board is not just a game. It's not a board game like Monopoly or anything else like that is. The Ouija board is legitimately a way to communicate with demons. It is something that you can play or use to open up doors to the demonic realm. It's not a game. It's not anything that you want to dabble in. And people just see it as just an innocent game, but it's not. I was actually reading a instance where there was an 18-year-old back in 2015, which I'm honestly sure that this happens a lot more than we know. There was an 18-year-old who was playing with some of her friends, and I guess her friends went home, and the little girl, like I say little girl, she's 18, started acting funny and started having like convulsions, and she was foaming from the mouth, and she was just not acting herself. So, and I saw the footage. It is disturbing. So the parents took her to the hospital, and she was talking in like a whole bunch of different voices, and she was convulsing like on the table in the hospital, and everybody was literally convinced that this girl had like was possessed by some type of demon because she was opening up doors, and she kept saying 6666, and she kept saying, "Where's my phone? Give me my phone." Because what she had did was there was a mobile app where you could play the Ouija board on your phone, and so that's what they did. And she kept saying, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" And so anyways, I guess later on after that, she was still really messed up. I think they ended up putting her in some type of mental institution. And so you can tell just by the footage. You know, I couldn't find a whole lot on her, but you could tell that was not just a hoax. That was because we know that demons are real. And if you want to dibble dabble in that, and you want to, you know, open the doors to that and communicate with them, that is a perfect way to become possessed. It happens all the time, and you know, we see it on movies and stuff, but demonic possession is real. And so I wanted to bring you guys that information on that world's largest Ouija board, because as we know, Halloween is tomorrow, and I know Tim Henderson has been you know, keeping you guys updated. I know there's a little girl that was going through a haunted house I guess it was maybe yesterday or a couple days ago, I'm not sure, who had got abducted from the haunted house, and they, thank goodness, ended up finding her in the back seat of a car in Vegas in somebody's garage, and I guess she was being held by two very wealthy men. So human trafficking is very real. And you know, I've told you guys that I am not partaking in Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween. I used to as a kid. And but you know, when you're kind of just grown up that way, you don't really know why you're celebrating things. And it may sound silly when, you know, I or other people tell you not to celebrate it, or, you know, the reasons why we don't. And you may think, oh, it's just, you know, it's innocent. You know, all my kids are doing are just dressing up and going from house to house. Well, have you ever thought about why you are celebrating it? Have you ever wondered, you know, have you ever looked into the origins of it? it's literally a day that people are celebrating the dead, and it all has to do with just demonic activity. And I can promise you this: Satan is laughing at Christians who think it's just a-okay, but yet they're celebrating, they're partaking in this, just thinking that it's all fun and games. And he's laughing at people because they're partaking in a demonic day. I would call it Satan's day. And so they've rolled this huge Ouija board out just in time for Halloween. And I can tell you this: I was, yes, I was saved at a very young age. I was young and dumb at one point. My aunt and uncle had a couple properties very close to our home that they rented out. Well, there was one property that we lived at for the longest time. They built a home and they moved into it. But the other property, so me, my older brother, my cousin, and my best friend at one time ended up finding a Ouija board. I don't even know where the heck we found this thing. And they wanted to play it. So I was young and I was dumb, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. And we went over to the property, and we went in there, and it was raining out, and we sat down and started playing with this thing, and all of a sudden I just remember having a panic attack. And just long story short, I was like, never again. I am not touching this thing. I'm not playing with this thing. I mean, I know 110% that when you start playing with that thing, it's just not a game. And if you want to stir up some demonic entities or whatever, it's not anything to play with. And I think that, as Tim was saying, that, I think that we should use this day coming up tomorrow just to stay in prayer, because there's a lot of sick things that are happening in the world, and I think the demonic activity is going to be extremely heightened tomorrow, as we all think that it's just fun and games. There's a lot of sick stuff that's going on in the world, and I think that while everybody's partaking in this, that we should just stay in prayer, pray for safety over just children in general and just people in general. And so, yeah, this stuff, like just trying to commune or communicate with extra large dead people, it's just not a game. And I think that if they're going to be trying to play with this and everybody else is going to be doing what they're trying to do, we just need to stay in prayer, and just pray safety over the children that are out trick-or-treating or going through haunted houses, or, because there's a lot of just extreme demonic activity that's going to be going on. And so I think it's important for us to just go into corporate prayer. So just wanted to show you guys that, because that I was just like, what? They are normalizing stuff like this. It ain't a game. So also wanted to tell you guys real quick before I hop off of here. Last night I was sleeping. I think this is like this. I don't know. My thoughts get jumbled up. I don't think this has ever happened before. But I was praying last night because I said, Lord, I kind of feel like, you just really haven't been putting anything on my heart to tell anybody. So there's anything that you want, just to tell me or show me or give me something or whatever. I'm always asking for more, you know what I mean? Because I want to hear from him more, confirmations, of his return, whatever it is. And so last night around 3 a.m., I kid you not, legitimate, I was in the deepest sleep, and I literally was woken up out of the deepest sleep. When I mean woken up, I don't mean just like, eyes trying to pry open. I would shot up, I popped up, because I was woken up to the sound of trumpets. I literally kid you not. And it wasn't the exact trumpet sound that I heard in my last rapture dream that I uploaded for you guys, but I knew for a fact they are trumpets, and they were definitely loud enough because they literally woke me up and my heart was pounding, not because I was scared, but I was just literally startled at how loud they were. And like I said, they must have been loud enough because they literally woke me out of my sleep. So we know that from what the Bible tells us, we know that if you look at Bible prophecy and you look at what is going on in the world, the fig tree generation, we know that we are that generation. We know that we are in the season of his return. And people want to call some of us crazy. Well, they can do that all they want. But if, it's just, it's ignorance, and it's ignorance for some people, but like honestly, there are a lot of Christians in today's world that don't even know that they don't even know the times that we're living in, just because they're not paying attention and they're not studying it. So, you're going to be blind to it if you're not paying attention or you're not looking for yourself. So if you want to know the times that we're living in, open up the Bible and look at what's going on around you and just study it and ask him. And for those of us who are watching, we know that we are in the season of his return. And so, the rapture is absolutely nothing to be scared of. If you are a born again Christian, then you will be going in the rapture. You're not going to die in the rapture. You're not going to, there's absolutely nothing to be scared of. The rapture is in Thessalonians. So if anybody would like me to show you where the rapture is, I can show you where that is. It's not a false event that's going to happen. It's not something that is made up. And so these are just times for us to be on guard, to keep our, we got to just keep our armor on, because Satan is on the prowl every single day, and he's out to kill and destroy. And I've seen it happen to people around me who I love. And so it's just a time to armor up. It's a time to keep spreading the gospel. It is a time for us to be excited and to be encouraged, because we are so close. We're so close. We are so close to his return. I'm so excited. And, I made a comment yesterday that Satan is winning. I was just kind of speaking from my emotions. Satan is not winning. He is losing. It's sad to see people around us be taken over by strongholds and drugs and alcohol. But like I said, man, there's so much power in prayer, and you guys really have to understand that. And we just have to go to battle for people when nobody else is. So just keep your loved ones in your prayers. Reach out to them and make sure that they're okay. Pray for safety over people. Pray for their salvation. Pray that that their eyes would be open to the truth and their ears would be open to the truth. Brother Chad made such a great point the other day on his video, that the mockers and the scoffers are fulfilling Bible prophecy, because he said in the end times that the mockers and scoffers would be present, and they would say, where is the promise of his coming? He must have fell asleep and things are just going on how they're going on. But if the Lord said that the mockers and the scoffers would be at it in the end of the days, it's just going to show, like thing after thing, that we're so close to his return, and there's so much going on in the world that it's hard to keep up with. So I just wanted to share with you guys that I heard the trumpets again. I think it's just another, with everything that I've been going through, I think that was just the Lord trying to comfort me and let me know, daughter, I'm coming soon, just hang in there. And that the demonic activity is it's ramping up, and there's just some sick stuff going on in the world. Definitely going to be going on tomorrow, while, children are out trick-or-treating and stuff like that, and there's parents out there that think that, it's all just fun and games. There's also a lot of just awful things that are going on that we don't know about, and so it's just important to stay in prayer. So I love you guys. I'm going to go head to lunch, and I will talk to you guys later.